The Indiana Pacers started the year off much better than really anyone suspected, and they've just kept winning ever since the first couple weeks of the season, shocking everybody, jumping up to the, right now, 6th or 7th place in the Eastern Conference. Tyrese Haliburton has been balling. Miles Turner's having one of the best seasons of his career. Buddy Hield going through a career revival, and Benedict Mathurein having arguably the second best season among all rookies in the NBA this year. This is a very talented young Pacers core, and they're getting great contributions from guys like Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith, and Andrew Nembhard, who is one of my favorite players coming out of this year's draft. So make sure you stick around for the full video to find out how the Pacers are doing it and to see if they should keep trying to win. Also, make sure to like button and leave me a comment down below. Now let's go ahead and get started looking at how shocking this season has been. I mean, when they traded Malcolm Brogdon, the entire NBA expected them to go ahead and tank it. They're now 23-19. Nobody at all saw this coming. He's 10th in points per game and 14th in offensive rating, the Pacers as a team are 10th and 14th respectively, and then 20th in opponents' points per game and 18th in defensive rating. So they play a pretty quick pace of play, but that's what you expect from a young team. They are 9th in that category, and then 15th in the net rating. So, I mean, for a young team, that's pretty good. 6th in the East. They have won 4 of their last 5, 8 of their last 10, and they have been very hot lately, one of the hottest teams in the NBA. You look at the guard play right now, and that's really what is helping this Pacers squad out. Other than Miles Turner, the guard play has been what is the heartbeat of this team. Tyrese Haliburton is a baller. 20.3 points, 10.3 assists, accounting for over 40 points per night. That's some wild stats right there, and he's doing it extremely efficiently. 48% from the field and 40% from three. All you could ask for out of your young guard. He's even contributing on the defensive side of things. 1.8 steals per game, 2.6 turnovers, 33 minutes per game. Not bad for a fake all-star, or whatever he was called by Zerbiak. I mean, man, give the man his props. Buddy Hield, 18 points a game, 4 and basically a half rebounds per game. He has been another guy that we've kind of been shocked by. 45% from the field, 43% from three on 9 attempts per game. So, yes, he's been chucking, but he's shooting it over 40% from the field, which is crazy. Or 40% from three, 2.7 assists per game as well as 1.3 steals in about 27 minutes. So he's getting up 9 threes per game in 27 minutes. That's kind of wild. Benedict Mathurein, 17 points a game and about 4 rebounds a night. Coming out of Arizona, I really liked him. He was pretty high on my draft board. I think I had him around 6, which is where he ended up getting taken. 42% from the field, 33% from three. And then playing pretty good defense as well, and as a 20-year-old playing 28 minutes per game, coming off the bench behind Haliburton and Hield. They have 4 guys averaging over 17 points per game, the 3 we just mentioned, and then the big man, Miles Turner, who has been very, very underappreciated this year in my opinion. I mean, he keeps being thrown around in trade rumors, but he's very quietly having a dominant season. 17 points per game, 8 rebounds, 2.3 blocks per game as well. If it wasn't for Jaren Jackson, he'd be almost tops in the league in that category. And then he's shooting it very efficiently as well. 38% from three on 4 attempts per game is something that I wanted to highlight because he has really expanded his game outside of the paint. 55% from the field as well. But man, he's really getting better at that 3-point shot in about 30 minutes per game. And again, he's only 26. This is going to be a key cornerstone of the Pacers franchise. Shout out to them for not trading him away. And yeah, best year of his career? I'd say so. I mean, he's protecting the rim. He's hitting the 3 ball, averaging about 17 a game, 8 rebounds. I think he's doing pretty well. Now, guys that are stepping up, some youth here showing signs of development. First with Jalen Smith, who's averaging 10.3 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block. Coming off the bench for Miles Turner. He's been very, very good so far this year. He was a guy that they traded for late last year, former lottery pick, and he's really starting to come into his own here in Indiana. 20 minutes per game, and he's averaging about 10 and 6. That's pretty good numbers right there. On 46% shooting as well. Maybe needs to stop taking quite so many 3 balls. Aaron Nesmith, about 9.7 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, and a couple assists thrown in there as well. He's another guy. They got him from the Boston Celtics. Nobody really mentioned him when that trade was made. They were just, they're trying to get another first-round pick. 44% from the field, 36% 40% from 3, 23 minutes per game. He has been giving the Pacers very good minutes this year off the bench, can really shoot it. And then lastly, Andrew Nembhard, 8.4 points per game, 3.7 assists, 3.1 rebounds. And you see that picture there, even beat Curry at his own game. He's shooting at 48% from the field and 40% from 3, which is extremely rare for a young guard in 27 minutes per game. Very nice season so far for Andrew Nembhard. Now, a couple of guys that I was shocked to see not getting as many minutes per game this year. First, Chris Duarte, who's averaging 6.2 points, 2.1 rebounds, not getting very many minutes whatsoever. You look at it, he's only playing 16 a game. Now, his 32% shooting from the field and 26% from 3 could have something to do with that. But again, going into the year, I thought this was a team trying to rebuild, so I thought he'd be getting a lot of minutes. Apparently not. Isaiah Jackson, 7 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1.2 blocks. He's actually been very good in the limited minutes he's had. Again, only playing 17 minutes per game, but is shooting at 57% from the field, so maybe he has a home in Indiana. Now, the big question of the video. I want you to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Should the Pacers continue to compete, or should they tank? Now, if they do compete, they're likely a first-round exit. I don't see this team beating any of the top 4 teams in the East, being the Cavs, Nets, Celtics, Bucks. I mean, yeah, this team does not have a chance in the world to beat one of those teams in a 7-game series. Now, they could trade Hield, Turner, get a high first-round pick, probably a player back in exchange for those guys. So that's one option. Now, I'm not really in favor of that. I want to keep Miles Turner around if I'm the Pacers. But, it's something to think about. You're likely going to be a first-round exit, so should you contend knowing you're going to lose in the first round, or should they try and get a high draft pick? We will see what they decide to do. But they could potentially keep streaking. Like I said, you look at their last 10 games, they have been hot. They've won 8 of their last 11, and one of those games was an overtime loss to Philadelphia. They could very well have won 9 of their last 11 games. You look ahead at their schedule. They play Atlanta and Memphis at home. Atlanta, that probably should be a win. Memphis, not too sure about that one. And then they go on the road to Milwaukee. So that's a couple that they might drop there in a row. Then they play at Oklahoma City, very winnable game. Go to Denver, go to Phoenix. I mean, the schedule is not easy by any means. They play a lot of the top teams in the respective conferences. Then they play Chicago at home, go to Orlando, got to play Milwaukee again, got to go to Memphis. So it's a rough schedule coming up for the Pacers. We will see how they do, though. I'm very excited to see how they do because you look at the outlook, you look at the standings, they are right there in contention for winning a lot of games. At the time of this recording, which is January the 12th, literally about to drop this video as soon as I get done with this voiceover, they are right in it in terms of contention. Tied for 6th in the Eastern Conference. Now, they are 3 full games back from 5th and only a game above 8th, but still, you got to keep fighting, you got to keep contending, because after the Heat, it's a huge drop-off to the Hawks and Chicago. So you got to keep winning games. If you're looking to make a push, try and get up to that 6th seed. Looks like that game with the Knicks was very important, and they ended up losing it, so that stinks. But you got to try and get up into that 6th seed so you can win, or not have to worry about playing in the playoffs. As long as Haliburton, Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, and Benedict, Mathurein, and all the guys we've highlighted in today's video, as well as those young guys, as long as they keep stepping up, this team should be fun. I think this is a very good team. Honestly, a fun team to watch as well. So yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on this Indiana Pacers team. And yeah, make sure to like button, leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching today's video.